Hello and welcome to this very short demonstration of visualizing bird transformations, where we try to easily make sense of bird transformations. We like to visualize bird in just 4 different concepts. Firstly, a data model, which could be a bird input layer or a bird logical data model implementation. The bird input layer has less tables and is more normalized than the less normalized than the logical data model. Second component of our visualization is joins for products, so how we join information together for, say, loans, how we join the loan information and its counterparty information, for example. Then we show an output layer for a report in our visualization, and that has all the information required for a specific report, like we will use FINEP F0501 in our example. And then the filters of how we filter that information to get the report cells in the report, how we filter information in the output layer and aggregate it also. So let's jump to our visualization, which we have in a sort of 3D format. Sorry. Okay, here's our visualization. So at the top we have this represents our data model. We show just a subset here. So we have party table in this bird input layer, and it has some columns like party ID and institutional sector. Instrument, which has columns like type of instrument, repayment rights, etc. And abstract instrument role, which has some information like the carrying amount of different instruments. In reality, there's more columns here, but we've shown just the ones used to make a particular report cell to make this visualization quite concise. But this is the first part of our visualization, is a data model. The second part of the visualization is the join. So we've joined this information to make the information for a product. In this case, the product is a bit blurry here, but it's loans and advances. We call this join a slice, but we'll see why shortly. So we join the information to make loans and advances. So we gather the information from the data model into one place. And in this visualization, the joins, the important information columns that we need in the join match what's called an output layer. So the output layer here is the F0501 output layer, and this is all the attributes that we need to populate a FINREP report. And we'll see shortly that these attributes, if we have data and a table with these attributes, then we can filter that information and aggregate it, so kind of slice and dice it up and aggregate it so that we can populate report cells. We show here some of the lineage of how things, how columns relate between the different components of the visualization, and they're quite straightforward. It's like carrying amount comes from carrying amount here, and carrying amount comes from carrying amount there, etc. Now, an interesting thing to note in this visualization is that here we've done the joins for loans and advances. And as a technical choice, we've decided to do this join specifically for F05, and we'll do it again for something like F01, which needs a different set of columns for the loans and advances. It's a technical choice that we've made here. But we also need to join up other things, so we need to do a join for non-negotiable bonds, for example, to get all the information about non-negotiable bonds, because these need to be reported in a F05 report in a fashion similar to loans. And of course we need to then join data from different tables, so for example we need information from the security table. So what we've shown in this visualization is also the populated tables. We'll see that here. So we put some data in there. Hopefully that's clear. This is data in the data model and how that populates through to the data in the results of the join, and then into the output layer, and eventually into what we see here is the report. We've just shown one cell, which is row 60 of, well, two cells, row 60 of column 10 and column 60 in the FO501 report. And we kind of visualize here where when they've aggregated this information in the output layer and sliced and diced it to get the actual number, we've shown the lines of what were the source numbers for that. But what I want to show here is down here we have this second, I call it a slice, but the second join of information for the non-negotiable securities. Hopefully you can see it there. And that actually got information from different tables. So it's the bird long security position, prudential portfolio assignment, accounting classification, quite a long name, basically a table that contains securities, or security positions, and then here's some sort of bird security reference implementation in the bird security table. So I hope that's clear. This is in green, we're seeing one join for the non-negotiable securities, and red we're seeing the joins made for loans and advances. And because these feed the FO5 report, they have exactly the same structure. And so we can basically union them together to just take the row from the bird securities into a row in the output layer. And then we take the two rows in our that we made from joining information about loans and advances and put them into the output layer. So the output layer ends up with 3 rows populated, 2 of those rows related to loans and advances, and 1 of them related to the securities. So why do we have 2 rows here in the join? Well, we actually, in this join, we also did some filters because in the instrument tables in bird we have loans and advances and other stuff, and we've actually done a filter of information to get just the loans and advances. So if we go back to our presentation, like I say, our visualization, a neat way to visualize transformations is there's 4 things. 1, a data model, like the bird input layer. 2, the joins for products, like a join for loans and advances and a join for non-negotiable securities. The output layer for a report. And then the filters, or let's say the filters and aggregations, which take the concise information from the output layer, filter it and aggregate it to make the individual report cells. And we'll show in more detail how we actually create these in the SM Cubes technology and store those in bird, and also how we transform that into executable transformations. We'll show that in a later video. Thank you for watching.